back to Topher Drives, where it is 8:01. I was going to say it's 8 a.m. sharp, where we have a couple of treats for you. For one, Emily's with us this morning. But the second one is Lamborghini's new V12 Flagship. This is the 2025 Revuelto, and this morning we're commuting it to Cars and Coffee out to ECC in Northville, and we're going to kind of talk about what this thing is like to live with. I've been driving it for the past couple of days. It's been one of those pinch me moments, and well, it's been nothing short of insanity. This car is absolutely wild. It has 1,001 horsepower from its 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 with 3 electric motors. Love the way that Lamborghini kind of blended past and future and created this insane machine that allegedly goes from 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds. It weighs about 4,200 pounds. So in comparison to the McLaren 750S that we had actually in this exact spot, going to Cars and Coffee, different Cars and Coffee, but in this exact spot, weighs about 1,000 pounds more, but it has about 200 more horsepower. So performance, power delivery and things are different. I don't know, I probably shouldn't be comparing this to a McLaren 750S, but I don't often drive supercars, so I don't really have much to go off of. But this thing is absolutely wild. I told you 1,001 horsepower, 783 pound-feet of torque combined. It's got an electric motor inside of its 8-speed DCT. Of course, this is all-wheel drive as well. And then it's got 2 electric motors on the front. So lots of tech going on here, and it's a huge change from the outgoing Aventador, which was just the V12. This is a huge leap into the future. The Aventador was around forever, so this car's a pretty big deal. The 25 Revuelto starts at $604,000. I can't play the game with you because you already know how much this is. As spec'd, $738,000. This is finished in Grigio Telesto with an Arancio Leonis interior. I'm sure there's a more Italian way to say that, but it's got like $130,000 in options. The Grigio Telesto paint is $13,000 on its own. It's got about 40 grand in carbon fiber exterior bits. So this thing is absolutely wild. I was a little nervous when I read the spec sheet and saw that it was Grigio Telesto, but then I remembered Christian Bale drives a Grigio Telesto. Good morning. Christian Bale drives a Grigio Telesto Murcielago LP640 in The Dark Knight. Have you ever seen, you watch Batman? That's like the one Batman movie I actually watched when it came out in like 2008. So this car actually looks, I mean, design-wise, I think it looks epic, like fighter jet. And I think this rear quarter bit looks like a Countach. What do you think?
It's cool.
Yeah.
That's what I got for it.
It's striking even in gray, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, all right, well, why don't we go drive it? We're going to do like we did with the McLaren. Emily's going to go hang out at the warehouse while we go and do the spirited section and show you what this is like to drive. But then we're going to jump in it and we're going to drive to Cars and Coffee. So
I'm just going to grab my water.
I'll show you operating the door and things. Show it's easy enough for you to do at 5 foot. You can operate the door. Easy. Nice.
A morning walk.
A morning walk. Yeah, this had a little bit of a moment this morning because, of course, this is a hybrid, so you can drive it actually 6 miles in electric mode. It's got a 3.8 kilowatt hour battery. And it starts, and every time you start it, it defaults to Città mode, which is its electric mode, but you can switch it into Strada or Sport or Corsa.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very Italian.
And it'll fire up the V12. Well, I tried doing that this morning to warm it up because it's kind of a cold morning. And the V12 started, and then it like misfired and stalled.
Yes.
But it didn't throw a check engine light or anything.
And I came to the garage and said, what was that?
Yeah, because she heard it from inside the house and she thought the car exploded. And then we took it out on the road and I put it into Strada again and it fired up like nothing ever happened. So we're going to hope that was a one-time thing.
Yes.
And we're going to go for a drive. But okay, enjoy your peaceful morning walk.
Have so much fun.
I'm going to show the audience, the ladies and gentlemen, what it's like to drive this a bit spiritedly. Now, this does, as I said, 6.5 liter V12. It's a hybrid. The hybridization does not help it be efficient whatsoever. I've been averaging 8.5 mpg this week in the 70 or 80 or so miles that I've driven the car. I've also noticed that when you open the door, there's this little button under here, and you have to hold it for a second so the car has time to roll the window down, or else you kind of rip the window against the weather stripping here, and it's very unpleasant. jumping into this Arancio Leonis interior, which is absolute madness. I mean, it's like sitting inside of a highlighter. This thing is absolutely nuts, but all of the interior bits kind of come together to replicate the insanity of the exterior styling as well. You've got this floating infotainment screen. You've got a passenger screen, which for legal reasons we will be turning off today, just for the spirited section, of course. And then otherwise, it feels like an supercar. It's very easy to close the door at 5'11". Shuts with some authority there. And then you flip the sky open like a fighter jet to start this. I love that Lamborghini still does this. I hope they do it forever because it's just so special. So these are the comfort seats in this car. They're electronic and movable in ways with switches and whatnot. But you can also get sport seats that are manual. But I'm happy that we have the comfort seats in this particular car because we would like to be comfortable this morning. Now, a couple of things you will have noticed. For one, you didn't hear the V12 come to life because we are in Cheetah, as I briefed you with earlier. So that's EV mode. Also, the car thinks it has a flat tire, but it does not. I checked multiple times. It's fine. Something's wrong with the TPMS sensor on the right front, so we're okay. It may also throw a random parking sensor warning. It's just normal Italian car stuff. You know, we expect it with cars like this, and it's honestly kind of part of their charm because they are imperfect. And we love them for that. It's got buttons on the back of the steering wheel that are very hard to distinguish. There we go. Right, I've put 76 miles on this car. I've averaged 8.5 mpg this week. Here's our infotainment. We do actually have Apple CarPlay, but I'm going to leave my phone unplugged because it'll just fly off. It does have wireless CarPlay, but I couldn't really get it to work properly, so I switched to just wired. We do have a frunk with this car. Maybe we'll show that when we go pick Emily back up. But I just really want to get driving, and I know you guys just want to hear this V12 scream. So let's go ahead and do that now. But we're going to start in Cheetah. This actually makes very cool hybrid sounds. Creates lots of good ASMR. Okay, the tires, very cold. We're just on kind of a plain Bridgestone Potenza Sport. It's got a 265 in the front and a 345 in the rear. 20-inch wheel on the front, 21-inch wheel on the rear. I'm gonna put these windows up because all I can hear are stones. Just creep by Emily here. There she is, waving. She found a little patch of sun to bask in. Oh man. All right, let's put this into Strada, which is just its normal hybrid mode. There's lots of things going on this steering wheel to control stuff. This red knob is the most important. That is your drive mode selector, so you can go between all of those, obviously. This one down here controls the suspension and the nose lift, so we'll hold that right now to go over the speed bump. Lifts pretty quickly. And you just hold it again and it will go down. Oh my gosh, there's a hawk chasing a squirrel directly in front of us. Nature is so peculiar. I don't want to see what happens. Don't look in the mirror. Don't look in the mirror. Okay, let's distract ourselves from that with the V12. Potentially saving that squirrel if the V12 scared the hawk. All right. So we've talked about these two knobs. These two on the right. Now this one up here controls your EV settings. So I've just been leaving this in hybrid, but since this has such a small battery, similar to the E-Performance AMGs, it can recharge itself very quickly. Which means if you're on the track or something and you want maximum boost, you want to have that battery recharged, you can control that with this knob. The fourth knob on the steering wheel solely controls the active aero in the rear, but since, I mean, I'm sure the Lamborghini engineers dedicated many hours to aerodynamics research, I haven't touched it. I'm just gonna let it do its thing and hope that it keeps me stuck to the ground. we're almost all the way warmed up. When this is at full operating temperature, it will rev to 9,500 RPM, which is like damn near sport bike or race car status. I mean, this is just nuts. All right, let's go into sport. Power levels are limited depending on which drive mode you're in. So when you're in sport, it's around 850 horsepower. You have to go into Corsa to get the full 1001. So we're going to start in sport as we let this thing warm up a little bit more, engine and tires. You can take manual control of this 8-speed DCT with these paddles. That was about a quarter throttle. Also, what I was going to say, and the reason I was reminded of that, hold on. Very cold tires. Is that the speedo is very optimistic. I mean, from any given time, it's reading 5 to 12 miles an hour over the speed you're actually going. I don't know if you guys watched Thomas and James's road trip in the green Revuelto, where they were going down the highway and the car said they were going like 90 and they were only actually going like 75 or whatever. Yeah, this one's the same way. Just love the quirkiness of Italian cars. All right, let's go for Corsa. This will give us the full 1001. Christopher, it is time to wake up. RPM happens fast. Luckily, the little gear indicator turns red, but I think it turns red a little bit early. Yeah, right at about 8,500. Woo! Okay. Traction control system cutting in there quite a bit. Is the camera still on my face? Yep, it is. We're good. Alright, this also has what's called thrust mode. We saw this on the Aventador. I didn't because I never drove an Aventador, but in videos of the Aventador that I watched, I saw it. So what you have to do is you have to go into Corsa ESC off, which is actually the most terrifying thing you can do in this car. So let's hope we have enough heat in the tires at this point to do this. Then you press the little checkered flag in the middle of the drive select button. Thrust mode possible. Then it's just a full brake, full accelerator, and hope you don't die moment. So let's try it. Hard on the brakes. Yep, that's going to be hard on the brakes. The most impressive thing about this car is the way it's able to find traction. That is unbelievable in the way it can just take this very normal road and it can put down 1,001 horsepower like that after it's been driving around for, I don't know, 20 minutes. And then I can go like this and I can put my damping in soft. Actually just going to put the car back into regular Corsa, and I think I have to put the damping again back into soft because it will default to hard when you're in sport or Corsa. But it's pretty comfortable. Ooh, yeah. in soft. I mean, it is damn near McLaren soft. I mean, it is seriously impressive. Lamborghini has really worked wonders with this car. Big target on McLaren's back for livability for sure with this Revuelto. And the noises from this V12, that's enough to wake me up on its own. And then you pull out and you put your right foot down. You hit 9,500 RPM. Those electric motors propulsing you between gears. It's unbelievable. You have it just never stops pulling. There's no brake. It just pulls forever and ever and ever until it hits speeds in excess of like 217. I don't know. There's some weird like number on Lamborghini's website where it was like top speed over 217 miles per hour. It's like, okay, well, what does that mean? Does that mean 218? Does it mean 300? What does it mean? I don't know. But sport bike brother, nice. Good. So I don't really know, but what I do know is that this thing is pure insanity, but we're running out of time. We have to get this to ECC Cars and Coffee. So let's go pick Emily up and we'll actually evaluate the livability of this car, but not before I rev it out one more time. Occasionally, one of the downshifts, it just sounds like an explosion. Usually the 3.2 at a certain RPM. You have to hope it's a good explosion. Usually it is. Okay, let's put this back into Strada. Put the gearbox back into automatic. And then we're going to lift the front. And we'll go park to pick Emily up. Don't know who that is. Lots of eyes on this car, of course. I mean, it's Grigio Telesto, but no color can outperform the insanity of design of this car. Pull up for Milady.
Uber for Emily?
Correct. There used to be YouTube channels back in the day that would sign up for Uber as like a Chevy Suburban, and then they'd show up in a Lamborghini, and it was like surprising Uber riders in the Lamborghini. I want to show the ladies and gentlemen the frunk real quick, because I forgot to do that in the walk around.
You can do that.
There are two ways to open the frunk.
Okay.
The first one's in the infotainment system, which we don't really like, but the other one's on the key, but you can only do the one with the key if the car's off. So if the car's running, you can only do the infotainment. But it's, nope. Yep, there's a latch. There's the latch. Okay. It's actually a pretty decent frunk. I mean, it's not as deep as something like a Porsche, but you have to have room for your charging cable in here. This is where you charge the car there to get your 6 miles or so of electric range. This is fully carbon. I mean, obviously they've saved weight where they can, even though this does still weigh 4,200 pounds. Why is there just like bits of a tree all over the place? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Oh, could you hear me out there?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
All 9,500 RPM?
Oh yeah.
All right, well, I've put it back into Strada.
Okay.
So that limits us to not the full 1,000 horsepower. Would you like to CarPlay and Waze me to ZF, please,
Surely.
my love? Go ahead.
I presume there's no heated seats.
You know, that's a really good question. We can find that out together. First, we have to go into Clima. Clima. Ah?
Ah?
Ah? Oh.
Oh.
Is-
No,
How do you Oh, that's just the vent.
Yeah. That's okay.
Ah! There you... That's interesting. Usually with cars you hit it and then it's on the third setting first, but that goes 1, 2, 3. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
It's a little chilly.
It is. What is it out? 50. The tires actually had pretty good grip.
That's
I did a thrust mode.
Okay, off we go.
To go into reverse, pull this guy back. Got your 360 and reversing cameras. Defeat the parking brake there. And actually, I'm going to put my ND filter on the camera. All right, and then to go into drive, select the up paddle. That will automatically put the front camera up as we run over a piece of a tree. When you're just driving this car normally, the 8-speed DCT, it behaves in a very safe manner. I mean, gear shifts are very smooth. Steering in this car is very light when you're in Strada mode. We're just going to leave this gearbox in automatic. Turn signals are on the steering wheel, which is just normal for Lamborghinis. If you do a long press, that will lock the turn signal on. If you do a short press, that will just blink it 3 times. There's a flap that opens around 4,000 RPM, and it's funny when it's shifting normal because it just barely hits that, so it's like a whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you think so far of the Revuelto?
Honestly, it's comfortable. Like, it goes over these bumps. You know, Michigan roads.
Yeah.
Obviously. And it's not, like, stiff at all. My heated seats are fabulous.
Curious your thoughts versus the 750S as far as comfort goes. Because 750S, like McLaren makes a very comfortable supercar.
Yeah.
And I think Lamborghini's kind of trying to get into that realm. So personally, and I don't want to sway your opinion, but I think the McLaren was just a little bit cozier
I was gonna say.
as far as ride quality
Yeah.
goes. But
This gets really close.
I agree. And I also think this is better as far as amenities go in here. There's
Yeah.
more stuff
Yeah.
than the McLaren. Now this is more expensive. How much was the McLaren? I forgot, like 400.
I don't know.
Okay, well this is more expensive than the McLaren. Here, I'll turn the passenger screen back on for you. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
It's really impressive to me the way that, you know, it helps, of course, that Lamborghini is kind of under the Volkswagen Auto Group umbrella, because it just means that Audi can come in and do all of the
Yeah.
computers and things, and then Lamborghini can do the styling and the engine. But it just means that things are going to work like an Audi. I mean, the buttons on the steering wheel, they feel like an Audi. It makes an Audi chime when you get in. The headlight switch is pulled directly from an Audi. So it's like, it's kind of nice having that peace of mind in this car that things are just going to work.
Yeah.
The Audi things, anyway. Not necessarily the things made by Lamborghini, but
I feel like there's way more space over here than in the McLaren.
yeah. Yeah, you've got a big,
I've got a big stretchy.
yeah. Brakes feel really nice in any setting. I mean, if you're just driving this car around normally as well, they feel great. But it's just so funny that this V12 supercar, you can just shut it up
Yeah.
and go into Cheetah. And then now we're just in an EV with horns, though. The E has horns.
Yes.
Yeah. But
And you can only go about 5-6 miles.
correct.
But hey,
But how cool is this?
Cool
Like,
is
it's
it?
an EV now. Okay, that's enough of that. Back into Strada. Begin. Throttle input, throttle tuning overall is good. You don't really find yourself like lurching everywhere with this car, which obviously this new DCT helps, and especially having the electric motor integrated into it, which I told you guys is great for performance driving, but it's also nice for just driving normally. The old Aventador was quite rough, and even though I never drove one, obviously I know the way that car was. Tedward has driven like 1,000 Aventadors, and obviously he's filled me in on that experience. And the single clutch automated manual was not for the weak, that's for sure. So they've made this a lot more approachable. Let's go into sport, just because I want to shift some gears. And it's fun to do this even when you're not pushing it to the limit. Something's in the road. I've got the gain so far down on my little audio device because the V12, it is so loud in here when you're pushing this car. I would venture to say that it's even louder in here than a Cayman GT4 RS, and that engine is in the car. This has got a little piece of glass back there to separate it, but it's still, I mean, just about, what, a foot behind us? It's right there. So it's so loud. Is there a guy?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, yeah. He's got headphones in.
Sounds of the Revuelto.
And you can see the heat coming off of the engine. If you look in the rearview mirror,
yeah.
you can see the heat coming off because there's no engine cover.
Right.
The engine's just out. It's about a quarter throttle.
There is a sheriff's department up here.
Oh, I know. Charlie and I got pulled over by them once in a Miata. Yeah. This is a bit more than a Miata.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you'll notice, okay,
Yeah.
we're actually going 59,
Yeah.
58. The car thinks we're going 65.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a thing it does?
Yeah. It's optimistic. It's a little bit of lying going. You know, like it's part of the aura of this car.
It's part of
If it's 62, I was 68. It's got all these different readouts here on the cluster. We have Potenza, which is, I think, power. We have RPM, and then we have Rica Rica. I don't know what Rica Rica, I think it's throttle percentage. No, it can't be. Maybe it's,
battery recharge?
it could be. Or yeah. Yes, it's regen. Oh, you're so smart. Rica Rica. Regen. Of course, that's what the Italians call regen. Let's go into Corsa, just because I like the way that this cluster looks. Let's put the ride back into soft. How it is on the highway. Huh? I did last night once in the dark. Not in the daytime though, I have not. Effortless power. I mean, that's nothing that we even really have to say. It's just otherworldly, this car. Should we try out the Sonus Faber
We can.
premium sound system?
We can.
I wish we could do it with Life of a Showgirl, but unfortunately Taylor Swift would take all of our money if we did that. Now the volume controls in this car are irritating. You have this control on the screen here, which does actually, to give it credit, does work very well. There's no lag or anything. And then you have buttons on the back of the steering wheel that, like the ones on the right side, are kind of indistinguishable. So, try and turn it up here. There we go. I'm succeeding. good, honestly. It's an optional system, and obviously we'll have the whole spec down in the description for you guys. I think the Sonus Faber is like a $6,000 option. What I like about this car, though, and I said this in my night drive, is that this is the first Lamborghini supercar I've ever driven where I can actually work things, and I can actually get my phone to pair to the infotainment. So I like that I can run CarPlay. I like that it has a good sound system, and it makes, I mean, similar to the McLaren, it makes it more livable. It makes it feel more normal in day-to-day living. But the sound system itself, I mean, I don't think it's the best sound system in the world, but for a supercar, pretty good. It's pretty clear. It's pretty powerful. We first saw Sonus Faber in the Maserati MC20. I think Maserati kind of pioneered that. It's interesting actually to see it in a Lamborghini because they've got nothing to do with Maserati. It's weird to think Lamborghini would copy Maserati for anything ever. Right. But here we are. Visor. I was going to say it's useless, but it's actually working for what I needed to. It's very small and it opens backwards. It opens towards you instead of away from you.
It's quite useless for me, but that's okay.
Yeah, I guess you're sat a little bit lower than I am. There you go. See, I was bragging that this car has the comfort seats, so you can actually do that. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. We've got a mile to go, pulling into Cars and Coffee here in about 3 minutes. I mean, I become more and more impressed with this car every time I drive it, and it's not even because it has 1,000 horsepower. It's because I'm able to actually live with this car and be comfortable in it. I mean, I think we could road trip this.
We could, perhaps. I think I'd need some Dramamine.
Okay.
But I think it could be road trippable.
Yeah,
There's
good.
definitely more space here than in the Miata.
Than the Miata, and I was going to say the front, it's probably pretty similar to the trunk of the Miata. But what you didn't notice is the shelf.
I did see the shelf. I did notice
Shelf
the shelf.
and a netting.
Yeah, that's something.
So there's actually things in here to help you take things from one place to the other. And you didn't notice it's got cup holders.
Yeah.
Like your Boxster. Press in the middle. It's the exact same as your Boxster.
Wow, it is. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. We should wrap the Boxster piece in Alcantara.
Let's follow this Corvette boomer. He knows where he's going, probably. I don't think we'll need the front end lift. We're good. Oh, a Buick Regal GS? We are actually going to deploy the front end lift for this bit. Hello, good morning. This event is always insane. It's like you think you're pulling up in the coolest car and then you show up to this show and there's something that's worth like 5 times as much and is 5 times as rare. Like I can already see like 5 Ford GTs, 4 GT, 4 GT, 4 GT, 4 GT, 4 GT, and then it's a 4 GT, and then a 4 GT, and then a 4 GT. What's that one? That's a 4 GT. Then a 4 GT, and then a Shelby GT500, and then a 4 GT. Now comes the most pressure of Cars and Coffee, and that is backing into the spot. There we go. Backup camera, not the best right now, actually. I can't super see what I'm doing. Thanks, Steven. All right, let's put this in park. Let's put our windows back up. And I guess that'll be a wrap. No, I think we're safe, actually. I think we're good. Let's shut this off.
All right.
And we'll give you guys one last look here at the Revuelto.
rocks slide down the thing. So first off,
That's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Take care. Grigio Telesto. Yeah. With a Arancio Leonis interior.
There's another orange too that's a little brighter leather, or no?
I think this is the brightest one. Yeah. Oh, he's here. Good morning. All right, that's a wrap.